Hey everyone, the script for The Batman Part 2 is finally done. This is huge news that a lot of people have been waiting for, and now it's official. Let's chat about all the latest updates on The Batman Part 2 and what to expect from the movie. So let's get right into it. Matt Reeves posted a picture on his X profile where we can see the script for The Batman Part 2, and in the background, it's Matt Reeves himself along with Mattson Tomlin, the filmmaker who also co-wrote the script with Reeves. Mattson Tomlin also worked on the script for the first movie, The Batman, but he wasn't credited since he joined the project while it was already in progress. But now, since he's been writing the scripts with Matt Reeves from the early stages, his name will also be credited as the writer for the film. In the caption of the photo, Reeves wrote "Partners in Crime, Fighters," announcing that the script is finally ready. Mattson Tomlin even shared photos of his notebooks where he took notes for the script, and the cool detail on those pictures is that besides having the Batman logo, they also feature the face of Adam West Batman, which definitely caught people's attention. Besides working on the first of the Batman and now on the Batman Part 2, Mattson Tomlin also wrote the comic Batman the Imposter, which, even though it isn't related to Matt Reeves' universe, has several elements that really remind you of Robert Pattinson's Batman. The comic came out around the same time as the first film, and it's definitely worth checking out if you haven't read it yet. Also, they asked James Gunn if he had read the script yet, and Gunn replied that he hadn't but would start as soon as possible. Keep in mind, James Gunn is currently promoting the Superman movie around the world. He's been traveling with David Cornsweet and Rachel Brosnahan to multiple countries doing a bunch of interviews. So let's wait and see. You should check out everything Matt Reeves and Mattson Tomlin have done soon, and if all goes well, the film will kick off its pre-production. Of course, Gunn still needs to give the green light for the script, so it'll definitely make some notes for Matt Reeves before the film starts pre-production in the second half of 2025, with filming starting in early 2026. Recently, it circulated online that filming for The Batman Part 2 is set to start once Robert Pattinson wraps up his role in Dune Messiah, so he can finally return to the role of Bruce Wayne. But in the meantime, what can we expect from the movie? So everyone, once the script gets the green light from James Gunn and enters pre-production, that'll be when little bits of story info and rumors start popping up online. Most likely, in the second half of the year, we'll see new actors and actresses getting cast for the film, joining the cast that's already part of this universe. And that's definitely when things will start heating up. In the past, even before the first film came out, there were rumors that the Court of Owls would show up in the Batman, and while that didn't happen in the first film, there were still Easter eggs of owls in the movie itself and also in the Penguin, which fueled the theory about this group appearing in this universe fitting perfectly with the epic crime saga that Matt Reeves wants to tell. I think the Court of Owls would be an awesome addition to the Batman Part 2, but there's also another possible villain that could be the main threat in the film, and that's Hush. Yeah, everyone, Hush might be getting ready to finally make his live-action debut, and hints about that appeared in the first movie, where a reporter killed by Falcone had the last name Elliot, and then the word Hush popped up quickly on the screen, so that's definitely a possibility too. Another possibility is a Joker appearing in the film, and I don't think it's impossible, but I don't believe he'll be the main villain of the storyline. I think he'll be the main villain in the third film, closing out Matt Reeves' trilogy. The Penguin will definitely show up, that's already been confirmed, but Colin Farrell said that his role in the film would be small since the character was really explored in his own show. So if the main villains of the film are the Court of Owls or Hush, what should we expect from them? Well, as we know, Matt Reeves draws a lot from the comics to build his universe, but with a more grounded take. I can't imagine if the court shows up, there being all the supernatural stuff with the Talons as the undead, but I think the concept of them being an organization that has existed for many, many years and is deeply rooted in everything that happens in Gotham could be super interesting. You can take away the supernatural aspect and still present the court in a more grounded way that could work really well. I genuinely think that could be the right direction. As for Hush, I believe Reeves will put his own spin on this villain. I don't think Hush will come across exactly like he does in the comics written by Jeff Loeb and illustrated by Jim Lee. In those stories, the villain wasn't really explored in a way that was all that impressive, making Hush not stand out as much as the Joker, Two-Face, or Mr. Freeze. And that changed when Paul Dini used the villain in a much more compelling way in House of Hush and Heart of Hush, presenting a different build-up from the character's origin comic, but in a way that I think is far more intriguing. I believe Reeves will adapt the concept of Hush to make the villain uniquely his own, so it won't feel too similar to what we saw with the Riddler in the first film, since they have some similarities.
Another villain that fans are really eager to see the Batman Part 2 is Mr. Freeze, and while I'm super on board with that too, I'm not sure if Reeves would bring him into his more grounded universe. In my opinion, he could definitely work because Freeze skews towards the fantastical but still has a more realistic edge compared to other villains like Man-Bat. I think the Court of Owls and Hush are the most viable villain options for the film. We just don't know which one's going to show up or if both Hush and the Court of Owls will appear at the same time. Plus, don't forget that there are more things related to Gotham's current situation that should also show up in the film, since besides the consequences of the Riddler's actions in the first film, there was a whole gang war and the rise of the Penguin to crime power, along with the plot involving Sofia Falcone and Selina Kyle, which was also left open at the end of the Penguin. So there's a lot to unfold.
The news about the script being finalized is definitely a really good thing, since it puts an end to the false rumors about the film being cancelled, which had been circulating on social media to the point where James Gunn had to deny it several times. It also proves the Batman won't be part of the DCU. Unfortunately, there's still discussion about this online, even though both Matt Reeves and James Gunn and Peter Safran have all said that the Batman is an isolated film, part of an Elseworld within DC Studios, while the DCU will have its own Batman who will appear in Brave and the Bold. So this announcement about the script being ready coming straight from Matt Reeves, along with James Gunn saying he'll start reading the script as soon as he can, really helps to take down those two false rumors that keep coming back online every week, despite them always being debunked. Let's remember that having two Batmans in theaters at the same time is beneficial. You get to experience two different takes on the same character. On one side, we have Matt Reeves' Batman, and on the flip side, even though Gunn has already said he wants a serious Batman for the DCU, there will still need to be some differentiation from Reeves' Batman, so who knows, we might get a Batman who embraces the comics even more. Actually, James Gunn recently shared a bit more about the DCU's Batman, especially regarding his suit, but I'll cover that in another video here on the channel, so don't miss the upcoming updates from DC Studios. Hit that like button on this video and subscribe to the channel, because that's how you stay on top of everything happening in the DC universe. Feel free to drop your thoughts in the comments. Did you like the news about the script for the Batman Part 2 being finished? Are you excited for the film? Did you want Robert Pattinson's Batman to be part of the DCU? Or is it better the way it is, keeping him separate? Please comment, because I'm already looking at the comments. Also, consider supporting our work through the thanks buttons near the subscribe button. This way, you help us bring you even more videos than usual, always with better quality. Thank you so much for all the support you give us. I'll leave you with a video recommendation. I talked about all the details in one of the episodes of Batman the Animated Series, which is definitely the most brutal episode. I provided not just a recap, but also all the secrets, production notes, and follow-up stories from that episode, so it's quite comprehensive. Check it out. And for those of you who want to stay updated on everything going on in the DCU, click on the playlist next to catch up on the latest news. Thank you so much for being here in this video. I'm signing off now. See you next time.